What's good, guys? Welcome back to Lane's Motor. Welcome back to another video. Today we're back on the jet skis. Finally got them out from the back. 1300 still sitting back there. Gonna get to work on that soon, but they're back and we got some little stuff that we're gonna be doing on the wave raider. Saw the video. We went riding Galveston Beach, jumped some pretty big waves on the wave raider. Had the time of my life. Did have a few issues, as y'all heard me say. Water got into it, so it wasn't running right. And now the problem that we have is our spark plugs got messed up with the water. So now we don't have our full. It won't. It wouldn't go above 45. Spark plugs were messed up, so we need to get it back in our prime. So today, well, another mod that we did was take the water box off because I wanted to be louder. For me, it was pretty loud, but for me it wasn't loud enough. So we made it louder by taking the stock water box back off and just left the TDR water box in there. But the problem that we're running into is we did lose a little bit of top end speed. I thought we didn't, but we did. I started to notice the difference after it wouldn't go above 55. So we did lose a little bit of top end speed. So now we need to get that top end speed back. So we are going to get the stock water box back in the wave raider. And in my opinion, I think it may sound a little cleaner out of the water. It might sound a little cleaner with both water box on. In the water, it sounds way better with just one water box. Hearing the limiter when you're jumping waves or when you're going through the water, it feels nice. But we need to get our top end speed back. We need to get it back in our prime. So gonna do that. Gonna get new spark plugs. We also got a bilge pump for it. We got a bilge pump for the wave raiders, so we're gonna get that installed. So with the with the self-draining plugs and the bilge pump, we should be good with the water situation because it is getting a little out of control lately. It has been filling up a lot with water, and we don't want to keep having that problem to where it keeps sucking up water into the intake. So we're gonna get a bilge pump for it, and we're gonna get that installed. Gonna get the stock water box back in it and see how it goes from here. All right, I got this opened up. Got the 90 that we had in there, and now gonna get the water box put in. I got it all washed off. Through the inside had cobwebs in it, sitting in the attic. But now gonna get this put inside. All right, stock water box is back in. Now I gotta get the tubes back in, these lines, the exhaust, the fire extinguisher, and we'll give it a start to see how it sounds. All right, I got, see if you can see the tube back on. Got them tightened down. Now let's give it a start up. See how she sounds. All good. All right, exhaust sounds good. Now let's get the stuff back put on, and we're gonna give them a wash to get all the salt water off because I haven't done that yet. All right, so my dad's back. We're gonna get the new plugs in, and then we're gonna look for a bilge pump location, and then we also gotta get a new fuel filter in this one and the wave venture. All right, so we're getting the fuel filter out. I got the new one over there. We got the new plugs in. We got them to, what was it? 28 thousandths, right? Yeah, 28 thousandths. And we got the bilge pump in there, kind of where we want it to be at. We just got to find a way to keep it in that spot. So yeah, I'm getting this, and then fuel pump gets here tomorrow, and we're gonna get that replaced, and then we gotta go test. And then we got the water box in there too. I don't know if I filmed that. The water box in there, so later on we gotta go test, see everything. We got more speed out of it with the new water box in there, or the stock water box back in.
He thinks
What?
he can beat that one.
I can. Watch.
What you say?
I can beat it. Just wait till we get a new motor on that, and this one gets tuned. I'll gap you.
1300R coming soon.
Hopefully, yeah. We just turned on the ski real quick to get gas through the filter. Right there. Gas is going through. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick it up, tilt it so all the water gets out of it. We're gonna dry that off, and the only way that we were able to do is we're gonna JB weld this right here where no water comes through. We're gonna JB weld it and make sure all of this is dry, and then JB weld that to the frame, not to the frame, to the hole, and keep it there. And then we're still finding out a place to where we can do the where it leaves. All right, guys, so I'm working on the wave raider right now. I'm gonna get the fuel pump out of it because we got the new fuel pump on the way. So we're getting that out so we can get that switched. Fuel filter, we still gotta get the wave venture started to get the fuel running through the fuel pump. But after that, we should be good. On the wave raider, that's pretty much it. I mean, we got the spark plugs, new spark plugs. We got the water box back in it. Got a new fuel filter. So now with this new fuel pump, we should be good. And we're gonna get the carbs tuned. So hopefully, I'm trying to hit 65 on it. Hopefully. All right, so the new fuel pump is here. Now we gotta get it installed. After that, we should be able to give it a startup and see how everything goes. Hopefully, one of these days we can go test, see how it sounds, see if we gain up anything the way it is with the new fuel pump, fuel filter, and the stock water box back in it, and the new spark plugs, and the bilge pump too. We got a lot of stuff for it. So with my dad right now, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the bilge pump, because this hole is pretty big, and we don't want to drill into the side of the ski. We don't want to pull a hole that big. So I came up with the idea that we can just run the tube through these tubes down here, because the bilge pump's right here. So you can just run the tubes and then cut this right here and then have this just sticking up, and whenever we need to pump the water, just pull it out. Because if it's flush on there, then we can still put the seat over it and still be able to drain out the water. But that's kind of what we have in mind right now. All right, so we got the line in there already. We got the clamp on it. This is the route that we're gonna be doing. Just gonna go right there. I'm gonna zip tie it to these cables. And now we're gonna get it wired up and get this chopped off right here so we can get it up here. And instead of having it on automatic, we're gonna build a little switch for it somewhere so we can just turn it on whenever we need to. All right, so we're getting the electrical connectors onto the cable, so we're gonna be able to connect it to the battery. And then we got a switch to connect to it, so we're gonna be able to have a switch. We just have it in there, so whenever we need to turn it on, turn the switch, and that's it. Alright guys, I got everything put back together. This is what we came up with. So whenever we need to pump the water out, we'll just pull it out like that. It's in. We got a switch. Works fine. You can't hear it, but it works. Now what I'm doing is we've had some ODI grips for it for a long time. We just never put them because we just didn't know why or something. But now we got this ODI grip put on. So now what I'm gonna do is get this one installed. But since the ODI grip doesn't come big enough because we have this whole trim system, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right here, and we're just gonna leave this with the stock handlebar grip on it, and we're just gonna put the ODI grip like this. Like that, something like that. So we'll see how this. All right, ODI grips are on. We got this side on. We got this one. We kind of made a mistake here. We weren't thinking in the moment. We forgot we have the trim and accidentally cut the plastic off. So now the trim is just like riding like that by itself. But that's fine. Still works. This side is a little longer than this side, but that's fine. I'm thinking maybe later I'll put right here, I'll put the spacer back on here to spread it out and maybe just even it out and just have a little bit of wider handlebar. Or also, I just said it would be kind of cool to have maybe a set of pro taper or renthal bars on it. Who knows? You never know. But we'll see. We gotta get the fuel. I mean, we gotta still check the bilge pump, make sure that works. And then we're gonna connect the hose to it, run fuel through the fuel pump and stuff, make sure that's fine. And then my dad wants to check the oil injection, make sure we're getting oil injected into each cylinder, because the middle cylinder did look a little rich, or not rich, but looked like it had a little too much oil. So he just wants to make sure we're getting oil injected into each cylinder correctly, and that the motor's good. But next we gotta test the fuel pump, bilge pump, and do the check the fuel and injection, the oil. All right, guys, that is a wrap for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. We got some little parts for the Wave Raider, stuff that had to be done to it, yearly maintenance, like changing the plugs. We got new plugs on the Wave Raider and new plugs on the Wave Venture. The Wave Venture's plugs went out completely after that ride that we had at Galveston. We brought it back and the ski would just not want to turn on. It would crank forever and plugs were messed up. So got new plugs on that. Got new plugs on the Wave Raider because these were messed up when we were at Galveston riding. They were pretty worn out, so the ski wouldn't hit full speed. So we got that swapped out. We also got fuel pump on the Wave Raider because that was going out too. That's the first time we changed the fuel pump on the Wave Raider. We got a new fuel filter on the Wave Raider. New fuel filter on the Wave Venture too. We got ODI grips on the Wave Raider. I've had these for a while, but we just got them installed. You see we had that little trouble here, but we were able to make it work with the trim. Oh, that side went all right, fine. So new ODI grips. We got the water box back in this one, so should be quieter, should get a little bit more top end speed on it, so we should be able to hopefully hit 60, which is what I've been wanting to do. I've always wanted to hit 65 on it. You know, we got to do some tuning on it and stuff. But yeah, we also got a bilge pump on it, which was probably one of the biggest upgrades we've did to it, because water at Galveston, we had a problem where water would get into it a lot. So we got these self-draining plugs for it, but you gotta be at a cruising speed for it to you have to hit at least like 5 or 6 miles an hour for it to be draining. And it works. They've helped a lot. We've had a lot of water in it, but we did have them sit overnight that one night at Galveston, and water did get in it somehow. So what basically would happen is that all the water that gets in here, the drive shaft would splash it up, and we don't have that drive shaft cover, so water would splash around and suck into their intake and it would bog down. So we got a bilge pump for it right here, and right here we got the tube. What we'll just do is whenever we need to get the water out of it, just take the seat off and pull it out, turn that on, should drain water. But that's pretty much it. We just gotta check the injection, the oil injection. My dad wanted to do that. We'll be doing that next time we take these out. But that's pretty much it for the jet skis. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more riding videos on them. More riding videos will be coming soon. So hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.